Oh yeah, seems like we are live. Let me just test the audio.
Yes, okay, so we are live now. Okay, let's set up a bit of our
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so we are live. Okay. So let's have a short chat before we start. We still have a few minutes,
Yes. Yes.
So you can roughly explain what is our subject matter. Uh and then around in 2 minutes time we will start the show. Okay, so
Sure.
we are live. Let's try to let's wait for people to come in, right? So what will be our show all about, Eugene?
Sure. So firstly, James, I would like to thank you and the office designer for this special privilege to share my knowledge with the industry. I hope that whatever I share will be very useful to the architects and interior design. Although I'm not specifically, catered in this industry, but basically when I was preparing my talk, I'll try to make it as relevant as possible, and I also weave in real life scenarios so that people can understand that, for example, if a digital marketing is done right, then these are the type of the results that they will see on the search engine. So there'll be a small case study later on. Um, One more thing to note is that a lot of businesses think that COVID-19, not having business, they are lost. But in fact, this is the best opportunity for them to basically focus on digital marketing and brand building, and basically getting their capabilities in terms of search engine optimization in order, so that when the market and industry picks up after when the COVID-19 situation uh, stabilizes, then they will be able to make sure that their business pick up along the way, right? So I
Yeah,
think
good.
I think this is the some context to what we have. Yeah, yep.
Okay,
So
great.
yep,
Yeah. So we are about to start maybe in a few minutes. Okay, so we are live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good morning. This is the first time the office Designer.com TODtalk online will have a show in the morning because to cater for our rare guests. Okay, so like what I say, good morning to all our viewers for in TODtalk online. Okay, we will have our show for episode 4 is about out of sight, out of mind, which is a digital marketing conversation with Singapore's SEO king, Mr. Eugene Macarius Tan. He have a lot of YouTube videos that you can see online on YouTube. He's very prominent in Singapore when it comes to digital marketing. So I think that since this is his core expertise, you know, I would like to share with our architects and interior designer friends who often they always forget about selling their services online because as designers we tend to use word of mouth or our skill sets to showcase our talents, but with online now, like what I say, it will be out of sight, out of mind. If nobody knows you, nobody will get your services even how good you are. So I will leave the floor to Eugene. Okay, so Eugene, can you explain more about yourself, introduce yourself, and you know, let's talk about SEO.
sure. I'm very privileged to be here. Thank you very much
You're
to
welcome.
all the participants that are watching us on the Facebook Live. We truly appreciate, although like what James said, it's the morning, but we truly appreciate because as what the saying goes, the early bird catches the worm, right? So
Yeah.
without further ado, let me just start by sharing my screen so
Mm-hmm.
that we can have a walkthrough of what I'm going to. go through today, right?
Yeah.
So is every good? Everybody is good. Is
Yes,
a
I think
screen
so.
view right now, right? Okay. So today's topic is out of sight, out of mind, which
Mm-hmm.
James has rightfully put it. That if you are not online today, you become out of sight, out of mind, and people do not even know that you exist, right? So today
Yeah.
is a very interesting
That's very straight to
digital.
the point.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it. If you're not online, what can you do? Distribute brochures, things like that. Although in some industries, distributing brochures has proven to be effective, but it's not measurable. Today, if you any activity that you do online, you can put a Google Analytics code, and you can see based on campaign that whether this campaign, this activity, let's say for example, your campaign has a Facebook ad, your campaign has a EDM, which one more effective, you can actually test it in
Yes.
digital. But brochure, you are just sending out and hoping for the best, getting the inquiries. So I think in today's age, especially in the light of the COVID-19 pandemic, businesses cannot afford to sit on their laurels. And in fact, this is the best time in this slowdown period where they should up their digital marketing game to be visible, right? I think it's
Yes.
all about visibility online, and later we will share, right? So without further ado, let's go into the proper. First, I would share about my experiences, and then we'll take through what we are going to cover today, right?
Yes.
Okay, so basically, I'm Eugene, SEO King Macarius, and basically I'm an avid social media practitioner and SEO practitioner as well. I've been doing SEO and everything digital for the last almost 10 years, and I have a deep passion, and I founded the group called Internet Marketing Secrets. I grew the group from zero to about 1,000 over in the course of several years, and basically my peers actually kind of nickname me SEO King because I am a champion for SEO, and I believe in having and doing the right SEO techniques to get you to Google page one. And if you do the right SEO techniques to get to Google page one, your ranking stays. That is the difference, right, my friends? So
Yes.
yes, so today I'm a independent, basically SEO and social media strategist, and I am an internet marketing coach and mentor, right? So I have done websites for about 10 to 15 years, right? And I was the former digital director of retail banking, did the digital side, right, of Standard Chartered Bank, and I launched the two of their biggest campaign, the Christmas 2018 promotions and the bonus saver product relaunch, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now move. I was formerly working in the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Singapore, the Archbishop's office. I bet you didn't know that, James,
No,
right?
I know, I know, I know. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So I
I'm
was,
I'm an avid follower, Eugene. That's why you're one of the persons in my list when I really decided this not talk online because I know you're an avid church goer. So
yes,
I of
yes.
course I follow you. I know most of your passion. Yeah,
Thank you very much. So
no problem.
I was working in the Archbishop's office in Singapore for the last for 3 years, right? And in the course of 3 years, basically in Singapore we have 32 Catholic churches, and basically they are all run by volunteers, and not all volunteers have the necessary digital mindset or the digital marketing skills. So our
Hmm.
small team were actually in charge of putting up training on how to do social media marketing and things like that to just help them along the way. And also I was instrumental in forming this community, this Facebook this Facebook page community called Catholic Life Singapore, right? So basically, it is very common that a lot of people feel that being Catholic is very boring. I think it's more or less because the Catholic Church is very traditional, and we are always late in the game in adopting social media and live streaming. But thank goodness, our team, during my tenure, our team worked hard to ensure that all these things were being sorted out. We also ensured that all churches, all the 32 churches in Singapore are equipped IT-wise to do live streaming. And thank God we did that years ago, because today there's a need, because there's COVID-19 that you can't go for mass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if the church is not capable, then, the followers can't get their spiritual need, right? So
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
that's a little bit more about our team. So if you want to have the answer of being Catholic is not boring, please check out Catholic Life Singapore Facebook page, right? It's free,
Yeah,
and just give it a like. Yeah,
yeah.
you will see a lot of variety of content, not only from the
Mm-hmm.
churches, but from the church organizations as well, right?
Good,
Okay, so
good.
that's about me. All right. So next we move on, right? Today, in this day and age, I can just give everyone on the internet my digital name card. And my digital name card is IamSEOking.com, which actually goes to my YouTube channel, and it has currently painstakingly being put together. I have slightly over 60 videos, I think 69 videos there, and still trying to build the rest. All right. So do watch it. I've got a couple of good videos there. Like I have one that talks about how to identify the customer. Another one that talks about what has a bookstore got to do with SEO. So do check out my channel. Okay, so that's the commercial break is over. So let's get into the proper. So today's topic, out of sight, out of mind, we break down the talk into three parts. First part is intro to digital marketing and the strategy. So in this part, we'll look at the intro to digital marketing, the types of digital marketing, and the best strategy that architects and interior designers could use to improve their business digitally, right? And the second part is specially catered for you guys, right? Because you guys rock. So the second part is SEO for architects and IDs. Basically, it's more like SEO and digital marketing, right? How can SEO add value to your business? We'll look at that. How can social media add value to your business? And what is the best way to use both SEO and social media to achieve maximum results and good ROI, right? That is for part one, part two. And for part three, we will look at SEO or digital marketing in COVID-19 and beyond. And here we explore the following topics. How does the COVID-19 pandemic situation affect or influence digital marketing, right? Digital marketing fitting into the new normal. We look at what is the new normal now and how digital marketing plays a part in fitting into the new normal and after also the COVID-19 pandemic. And last, I think James managed to squeeze in a very good topic for me. I did a lot of thinking on this, on the bold prediction of the future of SEO post-pandemic. I've given a thought, so I put in some of my views there. I will share that with you. And next, we look at new trends and technology that can influence digital and social marketing. Sorry for the spelling mistake, technology, but it's okay. Basically, it's meant to make sure to test whether you guys are awake, but actually, I made the mistake.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. All right. We shall start with part one.
Yeah, sure. Go
Okay.
proceed. Yeah, I think it's better you give our viewers a brief description of digital marketing. I
Yes. Okay.
yeah.
So part one basically kind of like a teaser into digital marketing, so that then we will go into the slightly more deeper part. You will not be lost, right? So part one,
Yes.
we look at the intro of digital marketing, the types of digital marketing, and the best strategy that architects can use. Architects and interior designers can use. Okay. So
Yep.
we carry on.
Yes, please.
So out of sight, out of mind. Let's get the elephant in the room, that out of the room, right? It's a big topic, right? Meaning to say, get the elephant out of the room, right? It's a very big topic where people don't realize. So
Mm-hmm.
I decided to do this part by asking some thought-provoking questions, like that really is practical and really hits home. So in the course of my consultancy work, I do face all these questions as well, right? So firstly is I do not need a website, Then my question to ask them is, then what do you rely on? Flyers? As we said before, flyers is not measurable. You can give out flyers and hope for the best, right? Whereas any digital marketing campaign that you do will be able to be measurable by Google Analytics. Campaign level, at the campaign level, at the platform level, you will know exactly how many visitors or how many people actually click to your landing site, right? So all this can be set up correctly and you can measure. It's measurable, right?
So
So yes,
we're talking about analytics, right? How important analytics is, A and B
yes,
testing, measuring the numbers of the traffic that you are acquiring in a campaign or in your digital marketing strategy. Because I think the way to put it is uh, you will know how effective your campaign or your money is well spent if you do the analytics. If you do the analytics right, there's a lot of softwares out there. I think you're in a good direction towards your digital marketing journey. Yeah.
yes, yes. Yeah. So the next thing that commonly we hear is social media is for young kids. You
Okay.
know, it's for young kids. But the fact of the matter is a lot of people do not know the actual ads targeting. So they just
Mm-hmm.
think that I want to target parents. They just do, okay, I just do parents and all that. But there are the finer details that you can do in Facebook ads. There is a pretty useful function that you can use. For example, it's called exclude this audience. So what I mean by that, today you want to do you are interior designer, you want to add to anyone that is interested in interior design, right? So
Yes.
you will put the interest as interior design. But what you
Yeah.
can do to make it more effective is you can put that everyone that is interested in interior design but exclude uh page admin.
Yes.
So in that way, when you exclude page that admin, you're actually excluding those interior designer companies in a way. I mean, it's not direct, but in a way you are actually trying to exclude that. And then when you further narrow, you will look at age and demographics setup. And
Yes.
more often than not, as we know, most buying decisions are done by female. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
you want to just target about female only and just do a nice slideshow of all the nice kitchen cabinets that you have done, things like that. I mean,
Yeah. It's
these
a
are,
bit more focused. You're
yes,
you're
correct.
trying to capture the audience heart. Yeah.
Correct. So rather than having a shotgun approach, or you can even test that, you can have for that same campaign, you can target male, target female, same ads budget, run it for 3 days, 4 days, and then you see how is it, and then you adjust. And then you see that
Yes.
you will realize that maybe female react more, or maybe male react more. While in the tech industry, maybe male will react more. Let's say you have a new headphones, the nice headphones
Mm-hmm.
that James is wearing on his head right now. Right? Let's say you're
Yeah.
selling that, right? Yeah. So that maybe that is more suited for male, right?
Yes.
Uh, Next thing is Google My What, you know. So Google My What talks about this. Google give you a very simple and free tool that's called Google My Business, right? Google My Business, by listing there, your business get found. How it works is that because when you do a listing on Google My Business, you allow a website link. So when Google, in the part of their crawling process, they are crawling your website, and then they realize that your website is referenced by Google
Mm-hmm.
My Business. How does Google look at? And Google look at your website, which is something.com. It doesn't tell Google directly that you are based in Singapore, right? So Google do the mapping into Google My Business to make an association that this whole website is a .com website, but you are situated in Singapore because of your Google My Business listing. So it just makes Google figure things out more easily, right? Correct. So
Yes.
do list in Google My Business if you have not done so, right? The third thing, of course, the third elephant in the room is YouTube is just for watching movies, right? Or comedies or something like that. A lot of people don't realize that YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world after Google.com themselves. If you do not have presence in YouTube, then your business is missing a large pie, correct? Okay, then we move on. One more common misconception is a lot of people don't realize that branding is not important for me. Then how do you expect people to remember your business? Remember that on average, it takes 5 to 7 impressions for people to remember your brand. And today, your target market is present in a series of platform of on social media. So you cannot afford just being on Facebook, because basically the behavior it could be that they saw your brand on Facebook, they Google. When they Google, you are not strong in SEO, they couldn't find anything. Or you do not have Google Ads, they couldn't find anything. Or similarly, if you are strong in SEO, people Google you, right? People Google you, people go to visit your website, but they did not fill up the inquiry form. But you did not run a retargeting ads in Facebook to retarget those people that have not submitted the inquiry form. So then you are missing again the opportunity of retargeting them on Facebook. So today, it's your consumer is everywhere. So this set a pace. Later, I'll go through what is the right marketing strategy, right? So what is digital marketing? This is a big word. So basically, digital marketing, in short, is building internet footprints all around the internet. That is the simplest definition, right? An internet footprint is an online street sign to tell you or to tell people how to go to your business. Today, James tell me, come and visit me at the office designer office. James has to tell me or has to show me a Google map so that I will know how
Yeah.
to get there. So
Mm-hmm.
similarly, digital marketing is the Google map equivalent of how people are able to get to your business. So
Yes.
we come back to the old fable called Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and
Okay.
Gretel, right? Hansel and Gretel, they were afraid that they get lost. So they leave breadcrumbs along the way, right? They break pieces of bread and they just leave it along the way so that they can trace their way back home. So similarly, are you as a business leaving breadcrumbs for the Google spider to find you, right? So basically the Google spider will visit your site and then read your pages, find whether,
Mm-hmm.
are you listed in directories in social media, and then the Google spider will put everything in like a search index, like a database. So this is what I know about you, right? This is what I know about you. It's like a
Yes.
table of contents in a book. And the next time when the Google spider crawl you, they will update. Let's say you have 50 more pages, so the Google spider will actually update this table of contents about your business. So the more you are on digital, your table of contents become bigger, and Google will see you as being more prominent in your industry, right? So
Right.
that's roughly right. Okay,
Yeah.
so now we talk about the types of digital marketing. Before we talk about the types of digital marketing, we must first know our target customer. That means basically is we call it the customer avatar. Can this customer avatar be met to, for example, my 19-year-old niece that has certain preference, that is high school, that has good friends, that there has preference in let's say for example makeup video. So can this be tied down to a person that we physically know. That is a question, right? It's not just a core audience. Second, we must know where they hang out. Where they hang out is outreach. That means when we know where they hang out, we outreach them to the various social media platform. Then third, we look at the methods of outreach. Methods of outreach, we look at organic traffic, SEO, paid ads, SEM, search engine marketing, which is basically you pay Google for certain keywords so that when people search the keywords, you will be prominent there. This is called paid ads marketing. Facebook also, there's a paid ads marketing. There's different type of paid ads targeting strategy. Social media marketing, basically generating content, interesting content that people will consume in social media. So these are called methods of outreach, but the methods of outreach will not be possible if you do not know their habits and their lingo, right? There could be certain lingo, certain things that they use when they hang out with their friends. What are the type of topic do they use? For example, today millennial like to consume information on the go. They do not like long-winded things. They do not like long-winded SEO video like the one that we are doing. They like short bites. So maybe that is why Nest Daily is so popular in millennials, because they like, you know, uh, uh, something about the country in 3 minutes, that kind of thing. So millennials like to consume data on the go. Firstly, they consume data using their mobile data. So videos have to be kept short so that they don't end up paying a lot. So these are some of the knowledge that we need to know before we look into how we can go digital marketing, right? So basically, at the end of the day, is about effective communication across the platforms to reach out to the potential audience, which is the target market. So now we come to a very interesting part about how to identify your target market. Wait, just give me a minute. Let me just. Okay. So who is your target audience, right? Right now, it's just a question mark. Do you know them, right? And this is how we do it. Okay. So assuming today we all run a halal satay company. For all of you, if you are not sure what is satay, satay basically is barbecue meat. It's popular mainly in the Muslim, primarily in the Muslim market in Singapore, Indonesia, and Malaysia, right? So a lot of Malay Muslims like it, but we also learn to acquire it because we are in Asia, right? So direct targeting or the primary audience definition allows you to anchor your current position, right? So in the case of today, if I'm a halal satay company, I will target Malay Muslims. I will target people with halal related interest in Facebook. I will target obviously people who like satay. I will target people who like barbecue, which is similar. Satay is a barbecued processed meat, right? And I will like people who like Muslim food, Muslim related culture. So this will give me a very strong primary audience, right? So now,
Yes.
if you want to capture new market, then that is where your secondary audience comes in. So I will say I will say why I say, right? Do you guys see the screen? Yeah, you saw?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So secondary audience. Firstly, people who grab food. In Singapore, there's this app called Grab, where you can just order the food and then the food get delivered to you with a small delivery fee. Why I say people grab food is a secondary audience definition is because people grab food, people have no time to do, and satay is like a quick party food. It's like really nice to have some barbecue meat in your birthday party and all that. So people who grab food, they have a low resistance of paying online. They are so used to doing it day after day. So that's why this group can be considered. And because this group are the people that constantly order food, and satay is a food. Similar food will be things like otah, kebab, right? So you target people that like this or the Korean equivalent of satay. And then you can also target people who like food in general, Japanese food, Indian food, Mediterranean food. But again, all these comes with testing. And perhaps you can create a food pairing, right? Satay being halal, of course, but I'm just giving an example. You can create a food pairing with satay and try to make it as popular as wine and cheese. Everybody know the wine and cheese combination, but satay and something. So if the satay company is able to do satay and something uh, effectively, then that becomes a common norm that people will associate eating satay with something, right? And next thing we know, satay bonds people, satay builds family, and satay as a party food and soul food. So this is an example of uh, target audience identification. Okay, so next we go to the best strategy of architects and interior designers. Before we go into that, James, maybe can you tell us a little bit more about traditional marketing in the architect and interior designer space?
Okay, so Eugene, basically I use a lot of LinkedIn in my strategy. You know, of course, like what you say, different people got different platform, got different approach. So for me, I use a lot on LinkedIn. Arid Builders, our company, we established it in 2011, and ever since it has been reliant on LinkedIn to get clients. Okay, so saying that, uh, if I look at it, we've been running it for about 9 years. That's a few $1 million of clients that we were able to get from LinkedIn. Okay, so of course my strategy is connect, educate, and engage. So what I mean by connect is I connect with people, which is like what you say, our target audience or part of the industry that we are working with, and then we have to educate it. That means what I do is I post relevant contents initially. We call it curated contents. And then eventually from curated contents, I write my own blogs, I do my own vlogs, and then I moved into the office designer. So this way, you educate people. People will see you more as an authority, you know. So as an authority, people will start messaging you, and then they will approach you because you educate them. They will see you as something like a more reliable person, credible. So when they need an office design or they want a retail design or anything that involves commercial interior design, they will definitely drop me a mail. So these are called leads. Okay, so we acquire leads through educating all of these individuals that will personally message you. So, like what I say, connect, educate, and engage. So, engage is the key. Okay, you have to engage and interact with your target audience. You know, always answer their messages. This is how I see it. So they won't see you as something like, you're just a figure. You're a person. Be human, right? So this is how I sell our services, right? I did conduct social selling, a talk previously, so it's more in depth there. But as we are talking about digital marketing, social media marketing, I also shared my thoughts on this, and eventually, for me, moving forward, I was able to acquire about 15, 16,000 of connections in on LinkedIn, and most of them are really industry people. And then, of course, we have established the Designer.com, wherein all of my blogs, vlogs, it's a community of interior designers, and it's currently really growing at a very fast pace because of this. Most people are work from home, online, so I host shows like this, okay, to enhance the personal brand, my personal brand, and of course, you know, the office designer as a platform or as a medium to reach our target audience. I leave
Perfect.
the floor back
Actually,
to you.
perfect. Actually, what you share is perfect because firstly, when you connect, you are a nobody. And then when you go through the education process, that is where you giving them a chance
Yes.
to have the 5 to 7 chance to be times to 5 to 7 times being exposed to you, right?
Hmm.
And that's where they build affinity. And when they build affinity, and that's where they will be able to engage. Perfect.
And imagine, Eugene.
Example.
Imagine, Eugene, I'm a Filipino doing
Yes,
business in Singapore. I
yes,
don't
it's
have
not
any
easy.
connections. I don't have really a lot of family connections. When we started, we are just alone. Of course I have my previous clients in when I was working with another company. But if you don't know how to strategize, if you don't know how to I mean, to market yourself, how can you find how can you do business, right, in a foreign country? Although I'm in Singapore for 22 years, but of course, unlike locals, they have family to support them, they have classmates who will support them in their businesses. But for me, when we started the Arid Builders, all we are relying on are just our old clients. And then that is where LinkedIn came in, and it's very, very new. And I mean, there was a time in 2014 that I was one of the top social sellers on LinkedIn. And that also boosted my credibility because of, you know, because of people recognizing me more. So currently, I'm one of the influencers. I'm the top influencers for architecture or interior design in LinkedIn in Singapore.
Perfect and wonderful accomplishment. Now,
Thank you.
imagine we go back in time before the internet.
No way,
And that is a
man.
challenge because architecture firms, used to market themselves
Yeah.
with using boilerplate brochures and a customized proposal, to potential client. They got listed in, industry
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
directories like Green Book.
Yeah.
Green Book
Those
is
heavy
actually
green book,
useless.
yellow pages
Yeah.
and stuff, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then, hoping that people will flip that thick book, but nobody does it, right?
No,
Although Yellow Pages sends to businesses, right?
that's why I
Yeah.
also try to hold this talk. It's because still a lot of my friends, architects and interior designers, they still rely on the old method. That's why I was thinking that I think this one is a very good topic, for the officedesigner.com. It's because,
Yes.
we have to wake up people, we have to ask people to adapt and to change. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. We will have a lot more competitors, but for me, the more the merrier. And at the same time, the officedesigner.com is also doing an advocacy, to the people. Actually, it's more of an advocacy. TOD is not really so much into really profiting or whatever. It's more on advocacy. I have a very strong advocacy angle when I built this platform. It started really as an advocacy site where I can use blogs and stuff like that. It's from 2018. It's almost a year plus when I decided to bring in affiliate members as sponsors. You see. So it's
So
more
this
of
is
helping people. Yeah,
this is really a perfect example today that potential clients might be able to
yes,
find your architect business through social media, through blogs, through
definitely.
forums, and review sites as well. So
Yep.
now we look at basically the cons of traditional marketing. Traditionally, as we shared, is usually one-sided and usually hard to measure. For example,
Mm-hmm.
you print many brochures and you participate in trade shows.
Yes.
Today, with digital marketing, I can still print brochures and I can still participate in trade shows. But in my brochure, I can put a QR code, to give something valuable to them, if they enter their name and email address, right? And then what I can do is I can continue a series of emails to them to sort of engage and to warm the market from a cold prospect. And this is called drip marketing, drip email marketing, right? Is still pretty new. A lot of businesses are not using it. not using it to the full, but this is possible today. And the cons of digital marketing, going full on digital marketing, going too fast on too many platforms, then you have a problem of what you call guarding your digital reputation of your company. And today there is a whole business formed around this on social listening, right? Basically today people can look at, can subscribe into meltwater, meltwater bars and things like that to really find out what are people talking, what are the sediments on the ground. But it doesn't come cheap, but is available today, right? So the trick about going digital from not having any presence in digital at all, perhaps you want to progressively try to work by getting your SEO in order, and maybe Facebook first, and then you go into like LinkedIn and things like that. So it is a gradual strategy that normally we will take clients through, right? Because they also can't cope if suddenly they go onto too many social media platforms, right?
It's very good.
So why use digital marketing, right, for architects? Basically, it's the benefit of greater visibility, and everywhere
Yes.
they go, they see your brand, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And this will result in more website traffic, stronger client relationships, because you can really nurture them, as what you say. I really like the connect, educate, and
And
engage
engage.
model, because this is very applicable to any businesses that are using digital marketing, right? You got it right, right? And also at the end of the day, like what you say, you are forming all this office designer, the office designer .com. And basically this is also to help engage people, get to know people on a more informal basis, because after COVID definitely there's
Yeah.
meetup sessions and things like that. So that is good, what you're doing. And at the end of the day, it also builds your branding. And like what you say, advocacy
Mm-hmm.
is the last stage after you have set up all these things, social media and all that. You go advocacy, you get people that are so strong in your brand that they become your brand ambassadors, right? So this is
Yeah.
the ultimate aim. But first, how do we communicate effectively? After we know the customer, as we have seen, right? We can use website, landing page, ethical bribe. That means, for example, if you have a brochure, you have a QR code, and then you give out something of value to them. Like for me, maybe I say that you can enter a special members area where 60 videos are available. So for me, my lead is very simple. You contact me on YouTube. I am SEOking.com. You get 60 videos free. Nothing, no questions asked. So that is my lead generation strategy, my ethical bribe. So more
Mm-hmm.
often than not, people will start to subscribe to my channel and things like that. So for you guys, scanning the QR code, perhaps uh, win people a free design, free 3D modeling of your whole house or something like that. I think it's very common right now, right? And also now when people are in social media, do you use messenger bots? So today messenger bots can be programmed as when you call the phone, press one for sales, press two for support, that kind
Mm.
of thing. Messenger
Yeah.
bot, you can actually program all this thing, and whole work
They
smoothly.
call it some CRM
And
softwares. Yeah, some CRM softwares.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Customer
And
relation
email
management
marketing.
software. Yeah.
Yes, CRM is very important in your industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's
There
look
you
at
are.
yeah. So these are some of the building blocks, right? So you have website, you have appointment booking, you have CRM, you have payment, maybe you have pixels. Pixels are very important, because if you have a Facebook pixel on your website, if your SEO is strong, people who visits your website today, Facebook, you can run an ad to say that the people who have visited my website in the last 180 days, tell them that I offer a free 3D modeling if they submit this form. So this, how you know why are you offering it this way, is because people who have visited your website is considered a warm market. You have used SEO to get them, so they are not a cold market. Whereas if you target Facebook directly to say people who love interior designs and all that, that is still a cold market. What you can do is you can do a video of all your interior design finished work, you target people who love interior design. People who watch that video, you target people who watch at least 10% of that video, you target them to an offer. So that's a way of Facebook ad strategy that you could use. You could also offer lead magnet, something free but of massive value for them to put in their name and email address. So of course you will need a landing page to build your email list over time. You will employ social media marketing, email marketing, copywriting, SEO for on-page and off-page SEO. You use SEM, Google Ads or YouTube Ads. You will use Facebook Ads. You will use videos, YouTube. You will use Google My Business listing, and you will use Google Photos. Later, we'll go through this as an example. Okay, so this is the problem. Today, marketing, platform marketing. Most people practice platform marketing on one platform. So what I mean, today an interior designer will get one company to do website, one company to do the SEO on the website that company A built. Company B will do the SEO for the website that company A built, right? Company C will do the social media marketing. And guess what? ABC don't talk. They do their own strategy. So what happened? Your marketing strategy becomes fragmented. This is what happened when you do only platform marketing. Multi-channel marketing is a bit more interesting because marketing on more than one platform usually in a coordinated effort. So it's a little bit more like, people decided to employ one company to manage everything, right? That is like multi-channel marketing. Today we are talking an improvement of multi-channel marketing that's called omni-channel marketing. Basically, omni-channel marketing is a complete and seamless integration of marketing of various platforms that are designed to actually follow the prospect, right? So that's the whole idea of it. If people are in LinkedIn, can you make them fill up a form and then you follow them with a drip email marketing to tell them about certain knowledge that they want to know so that they will be warm, right? And the concept of a one campaign leading up to another almost seamlessly. So that's omni-channel marketing. It is hard to plan, and a lot of people normally just do, okay, today I want to do just one campaign, this campaign for 3 months, and then next is another campaign for 3 months. So the campaigns are not connected to one another. But again, if we take a step back and we plan the campaign for the whole year to make sure that everything is seamless and multi-channel, then you are looking at potentially an integrated omni-channel marketing, which is more powerful, right?
Yeah.
So putting it all together, I thought I just do something very pictorial, very easy to understand. So you have a hosting. If you are in Singapore, you host in Singapore. In your websites, you have the necessary tracking codes. You decide your website if it's e-commerce, whether Shopify or WooCommerce. No Wix.com because Wix.com is not very good in SEO. So you also decide what type of plugins you want. You want a CRM and all that. Today, WordPress also can integrate to CRM. It can integrate to HubSpot CRM as well. HubSpot has the free version, so you can try that. HubSpot, basically, you can create an inquiry form that you can embed in your WordPress, and every time when people fill up the inquiry form, it goes to HubSpot, and then you can follow the customer process from cold to warm and whatever that you tag them. I recently started using HubSpot. I'm not really sure how the flow is, but I heard that it's very good. So I'm about to find out, right? So when the search engine look at your website, they look at external links. What kind of links that you have in reference to your website? Don't go crazy building backlinks because it will not work in this day and age. More importantly, are you present in the social media? Basically, because your target market is there, right? And you talk about your website will have this XML sitemap. If it's WordPress, it's very easily integrated with a plugin. So basically, every time you update a website, the XML sitemap is like a secret informant to Google, and it says, "Hey Google," you wave, and say, no, new content here, you wave a flag. And then basically the cute Google spider will then be awakened to your new content, and the Google spider will crawl your site, and it will check for backlinks, and it will check for external backlinks. And the last component, which will add everything or the icing on the cake, is ads. Using Google Ads, using search ads, YouTube ads, GDN, Google Display Network sites, Facebook ads, and LinkedIn ads to bring the business together. So I think this map is quite useful because people talk about digital marketing, they don't really understand the whole flow of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the most important, Google Analytics to measure everything. Measure, measure, measure. How do you know that you're doing things effective? Measure. Google Analytics is one of the most commonly used to measure your analytics. Hotjar is a very important tool because Hotjar will the free version of Hotjar enable you to capture 100 video recordings of your user behavior when they come and navigate through your website. And Hotjar has also a heat map on your homepage. You can know which part is being clicked, which part is not being clicked. And if you realize that if you have an important section in your homepage and that is not being clicked, then that is a problem. So today with analytics and Hotjar, you can do a lot of things. Wow. Okay. Okay. We we are a bit running a bit of short of time, so I'll try to speed up a bit, right?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
supposed to
This
do
is
it in
okay.
an
It's
hour.
okay. You can carry
All right.
on. It's very
Okay.
interesting. I'm sure people watching it are really getting a good value out of this talk. So you can carry on. I mean, we are all listening. We are all paying
Okay.
attention to what you are saying, and like what I put in my post, it's a high value. I put this as a $200+ value talk offered
Yep.
for free.
Yep.
So yeah, I leave the floor to you. I mean, you can speak as long as it's clear to the audience what are we trying to impart the information and the education we wanted to impart our viewers. Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
next, this is the important part that is being tailored to architects and interior designers, because if I just do a generic talk, then it doesn't make sense, right? So digital marketing for you, architects and interior designers, this section is specially for you, and I'm speaking to you, architects and interior designers. How can SEO add value to your business? That's the first point that we're going to do. Second point is how social media marketing can add value to your business. And the third point about putting everything together and what's the best ways for a good ROI. So today is digital marketing for architects and interior designers. So how can SEO add value? Firstly, we must know that SEO is a demand-based search, right? People search based on demand on what they need, right? Both Google Ads and SEO are demand-based search. Facebook is an interest inferred, right? So if you do a Facebook marketing, I'm a female, I like dresses, you infer that I like, dresses and all that. It's more broad because nobody goes to Facebook to buy, right? But whereas Google, if they search for certain thing, and if you are able to rank for certain thing, then that is demand-based search, or we call it a commercial search intent keywords, right? So basically on the third point, do you know what is a buying keyword, right? Do you know what is a buying keyword? For example, keyword with a strong commercial intent. Today, if I'm a property agent who comes to approach, let's say a property agent comes and approach me to do SEO, and they say, I want to be ranked as a property agent Singapore, right? I will tell them, no. Why? Because nobody will search property agent Singapore. You'll be more effective if you say buy 4-room HDB flat in Pasir Ris, buy 4-room HDB flat in Bedok, you'll be more effective that way. Why? Because people, when they want to buy a HDB flat or apartment, they will search the location or the town that they want to purchase the property from. So this is a most important part of SEO is this. You must first sit down and think what are your buying keywords. Is interior designer Singapore a buying keyword? It's not really so. People are searching for. Perhaps people want to do, kitchen cabinet, four-room or four-room house home renovation and things like that. That's probably a little bit more towards the buying keywords intent. So knowing your customer avatar is important as we covered. And now is knowing what is the buying keyword or keywords with strong commercial intent, as I given in the example of property, right? SEO or any component of digital marketing cannot be compartmentalized. What I mean by that is SEO and Facebook marketing cannot exist on its own. That means SEO company, social media company, they don't talk, they do their own thing. It will not be an effective marketing. That's what I mean. SEO is oftenly done blindly. So I need traffic, I do SEO. Without the properly defining the business objective, the customer experience and the journey. So what if I can use SEO to bring traffic to you? What is your customer journey? Do you have a CRM in the back end to capture from inquiry all the way, and you are able to follow up? Do you have that, right? If you don't have that, then your SEO will not be that effective as it is. So next, in your website, right? These are the important anatomies of your website in terms of if you are configuring for SEO. Domain and hosting is very important. If you are in Singapore, you make sure that your hosting is in Singapore. It's more the association thing. Google also looks at where you are hosted and where your business is and where your Google My Business listing is. And today it's a norm that Google looks that your website must have the SSL, which is the HTTPS connection. If you don't have, just find out from your hosting company how to get the HTTPS or SSL cert. Internal or on-page factors. Today, Google has moved away from the keyword-centric search to more topical and contextual search. What it means by that is Google name of the game is relevancy, and Google will see that your website is talking about topics and the topics connect with one another. That in Google makes it more relevant versus the old way of doing SEO, which that just focus on keywords and getting that subpage to rank. Not saying that that will not work, but it will be more effective if your website is SEO is planned around more contextual and how the topics relate to one another. And blogs are useful to help you contextualize, and because blogs have category, blogs have tags, it will help you contextualize everything. And when Google crawl to your blog, they will know that you are an expert or you are a domain expert in a certain way, right? External factors look at listing in directories, making sure that you have a Google sitemap and your prominence in social media. And today, your website can have some tracking information. Like for example, you can have pixels, you can have Google Analytics and all that. You will be able to know that, for example, if you are doing LinkedIn ads, then you need the LinkedIn Insight tag before you run LinkedIn ads, so that when people visit to your website, you can do some retargeting on Facebook or things like that. So having all the relevant tags helps you in your omni-channel marketing, as what we said, a more integrated approach of a multi-platform marketing. Statistics, Google Analytics and Hotjar, try to install, and of course the XML sitemap will tell Google, hey, I have new update, right? Please crawl me, right? Okay, so then we move to one of the important part of SEO is basically knowing the Google Love Google concept. So basically, Google bought Picasa to be Google Photos today, and Google bought YouTube years ago, and today YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. If you're not on Google Photos and you're not on Picasa, you are missing a part of the pie. You also look at field technologies that Google have set and what are the lessons learned behind them, and what are some of the new technologies will appear, you know. Basically, the Google love Google concept is about relevancy. There is a certain reason why Google bought Picasa. There is a certain reason why Google bought YouTube. And since Google bought Picasa and YouTube, which is today Google Photos and basically YouTube itself, if you're not on the platform, then you're missing, because there's a reason why Google buy it, right? Google buy it to provide more relevant search. That's why you have to be on those platforms that Google bought. In the race of relevancy, again, Google bought technologies, right? So now the question is, can people find you, right? Remember the Google My What, right? Can people find you? So I did basically I did a project for my client. New condo launch details, 11 million results. Tapestry condo launch is there, right? This is a Google My Business listing, right? And when they click on the map, this is what they see. And when they expand the map view, this is what they see, right? So this is an example of presence in Google My Business will help you, right? So here are immediate tips on improving SEO for your business, right? I don't have the full length to do it. I had a SEO talk, 2 hours. I will make the link available after this talk, right? So that you guys can watch the full 2-hour SEO video, right? But basically, these are the quick tips on improving your SEO. Listing your business in Google My Business, taking note of your website load speed. That's important. Buying an SSL secured domain for your site, paying attention to mobile optimization or what they call responsive design. Now, since we are architect and ID, interior designer niche, a lot of you guys, which is not wrong, you guys like beautiful images, which is right for your industry. But the problem is that a lot of the sites that have beautiful images have very little text. So in terms of SEO, it's very difficult to rank for your website if you have very little text. But there's a way to do it, as in what you do is the text and content part you abstract out to a blog that is also linked to your website. So the website, the beautiful part you show to people, but there's also the blog part which will help you in the SEO, right? So that is one way to do it, because your industry is very important to have beautiful images so that you have clients, right? Always write with the readers in mind, and then the search engine, because there are people that go crazy on optimizing SEO, repeating the keywords so many times that it doesn't make sense for us when we read the page, right? Even the SEO is good, and when we click in, we can't make sense of it. So always remember, write for the readers in mind, right? Then the search engine. Then you optimize your image name with the keywords that you want to rank for. So basically, kitchen renovation.jpg. That's it. And you upload it to the kitchen renovation page. That's what I mean. The images, you have to change it to kitchenrenovation.com or kitchen renovation Singapore. And then you upload to your kitchen, your website, that your web page that talks about kitchen renovation. That's what it means by optimize your image file. Have branded images in Google Photos. Later I'll show you what it means, and have a presence in YouTube. So immediate tips. So this is the part of the demo where I will show you what is Google search engine result page, what it means in the whole Google search engine result page. Then we'll talk about what it means by personalization of search. How does Google know what you are searching for? There is a way, actually, that's the answer. And then we look at 2 examples of SEO done right. And basically, we will conclude by saying that Google page 1 listing is easy. Can SEO company get you multiple Google page 1 listings? Later, we'll show you what it means. So I will show the demo now. Just a very quick demo, and then we'll come back to the proper. Okay. Hang on.
Yep, we're here.
Okay, we are good. Okay. So let's say I'm an interior designer. I want to search. I am constantly searching for interior designer. I want to know how my competitors fare, right? Because that's common. You want to know how your competitors fare. So I will search interior designer, and I will see that this is the
Eugene,
result.
your screen is still the same. Your screen
Oh,
is
sorry.
still on the slide, so you might need to change the share screen
Oh,
into
I'm sorry.
your,
I'm sorry. Okay.
yeah,
Uh, I'm. Let me do this again.
yeah.
Thanks for telling me that. Yeah.
Sure.
Do you see the slide now? The
Yes, yes. The
Google?
screen is now
Okay.
in Google. Yes, correct.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll continue. So I'm an interior designer, and I constantly do the course of my work. I want to know how well my competitors fare. Right.
Yes, correct.
I've been
Mm-hmm.
also clicking some of my top competitors' website, checking out their websites and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Yeah,
today, if
I
I
think this is
search,
good. This is more of a better understanding because sometimes we talk too technical. Our viewers might
yes,
not also grasp it, you
yes,
know, but with more example centric visuals like this, I think it's good for our viewers to see how the expert, how the king actually does it, right?
yes. So okay, so today I'm an interior design company, and I always do this constant find out where my competitors rank. So I search interior designer, right? And I got to
Mhm.
see, and let's say for example, for okay, let's say for example, I've been constantly clicking designforspace.com.sg, right? I mean, I'm just giving an example.
Yes.
Let's say this is my strongest competitor, and I've been clicking and always checking out what they do on their website and all that. So now a lot of people don't realize that there is this thing called personalization of search. What I mean by that, Google, in the name of being relevant to their users, they have this thing called personalization of search. What do I mean by that? Today, Google knows that I've been searching designforspace.com.sg, and if I search for the keyword interior design, Google will serve me this result. How does Google know that? It's because most of the time when I search in Google, I am search logging in to Google. Can you see this? Right? So when I'm search with being logged in to Google, can you see this? Google will serve you a different result because when you are search logging into Google, Google will consider the results of the websites that you've been visited. How does Google know? Because when you are searching and when you're browsing Google, you are logged on. When you're logged on, Google see what are the preferences. For example, when I search interior designer, I always search design for space. So Google will show this result out. So this is called personalization of search. So if you are searching anything, this is particularly so when we are doing for clients. I make the common mistake when I'm doing for clients because I always checking for, let's say, design for space is my client, right? So I've been constantly updating their website, and I'm always on their website. So when I do search, when I'm logged in, I search for interior designer. Google will always show this result to me because I'm logged in. I'm logged in, it's personalized, and Google will know that I always constantly visit this site. So in the area of interior designer, let's say for example, a lady, a woman who likes a certain brand of dress, when she search for wedding or rather for dresses, right? The result will be served her favorite website that she always visits. So how to circumvent this is this. Very simply, you just need to log out from Google. You just need to, let me just see, just need to log out from Google. So when I'm logged out from Google, Google will give me a non-biased approach. Okay, what I mean by that is because if I'm doing SEO for client, if unknowingly I'm logged in Google, and because I've been constantly visiting this site, and the client is an interior designer, when I when I'm logged in Google, Google will always give a preference that this site will always appear, right? Because I'm always hitting it. Google take it as your personal preference, like this site is your favorite. But if I log out, then I will see the true rank of the website. I know this is a bit complicated, but this is how Google serve. As in, if you are logged in Google and whatever website, as a result of your search, whatever websites that you visit, Google will know, and Google will say that for this particular keyword, you like this certain website. Let's say a lady is constantly searching for dresses, and all that, and she constantly goes to a certain online retailer. When she search for dresses again, when she's logged in, Google will give that same retailer, because this is more relevant to her. And this results when you are log on Google is personalized to you only. That's how Google is able to make your result very personalized. But if you log out from Google, this is the true non-biased search that most people will want to rank for. So in SEO game, always log out of Google before you basically search for anything. So I have logged out for Google, so this is a true result. So basically, I want to explain what are the results. The results with the AD beside is these are people that bought Google Ads. Below, coming down below, this is called the Google Map Pack results. Sometimes it will appear, sometimes it will not. Google Map Pack result will be pulled from Google My Business listing. So can you see how important it is to have Google My Business listing? You can appear in a Map Pack search result, right? And next, sometimes you will see this people also ask kind of thing. How do you get these people also ask? How do you get your website to appear? People, you see, BLS Gov, how do they appear? Like people also ask, what do an interior designer do? Basically, primarily, these questions are also pulled from your website if you have an FAQ section or FAQ page. But if your FAQ is relevant and if Google see you as a domain authority of that space, Google will give you this people also ask listing, right? It doesn't appear for all keywords, but if it appears, it appears. Then next, we have all these results. These are the organic. There are 10 results, right? There are 10 results, organic results. And sometimes you will have the image map pack result. Image map pack result is normally pulled from Google Photos listing. Normally pulled from Google Photos listing, or is pulled from your website. If your website has a gallery, it will be pulled from there. But if in order for your website to in order for Google to pull this image from your website gallery, you must make sure your image name is interiordesigner.jpg, right? Because that's it is. You have to have the keyword as the image name, right? And then below is all the ad, right? So this is an example. So we will come to a more real world example. So we have covered the Google search, we have covered personalization of search. Now we go into a real world example, the one of my client. Today, in this stay at home period, people get bored. People want to have a home karaoke system. My client is in this space. right? Home karaoke system. That means today you can rent a home karaoke system to your house for a few hours and you can sing within a family member so that the stay home period doesn't get so boring. So karaoke rental, 41 million results. 41 million results.
Wow.
Yep.
Just for karaoke rental, 41 million results.
Yes.
Solid,
And
man.
my client is here, Impact Audiovisual Private Limited. This is a Google My Business listing. Um, Impact KTV is my client, same client. Karaoke System Rental.com is my client, same client. Audiovisualsingapore.com is my client, same client, right? Facebook, their Facebook is also linked.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, karaoke rental, 41 million results. Page one has only 10 listing. I have one MapPack listing, that's number one. I have another listing that's Impact KTV.sg, that's listing number two. Karaoke System Rental.com, that's listing number three. And Audiovisual this Visual Singapore, listing number 4. What this means is 4 out of 10 results is my listing for my client. So that will give you a 40% chance that people will click through, and that will lead to more business. So this is one example, right? And these are images. Okay, we'll come to we will move to another example, another practical example, and then we will come to the proper again. How about ice sculpture, James?
Hmm?
How about ice sculpture? When we come back, you know, when all this COVID thing is done, you
Oh,
have
yeah.
an ice sculpture in the office designer, right? You
Yes,
just put
yes.
one ice sculpture, and then we all come back. So ice sculpture
Yeah.
search, 216 million results for ice sculpture. Okay, let's say ice sculpture is a bit 216 million results. This is my client, Ice Coming Singapore. Google page one, number 2, number 3. Map pack listing. This is my client also. So for 216 million results, out of 10, I got 3. That 3 Google page one. That's what I mean by multiple Google page one listing. So I show you an example of what a full-fledged SEO will bring you in terms of result. Okay, ice sculpture Singapore. You need an ice sculpture in Singapore, so your search is ice sculpture Singapore, for example. Okay, still not so impressive. Is 15 million results. Google page one, number 2. Okay, Google page one, number 2 listing. And guess what? In the image pack listing, you have what we call as a branded image. This is what I mean. Before you upload your image, you will make sure that it has the word ice sculpture Singapore.jpg. You must make sure that you brand your image so that when it appears in that map pack listing earlier, let me show you. So when it appears in the map pack listing earlier, it stands out in a certain way because it's the only image with the logo, with the company logo. That's what I mean. And then here, there's another listing here. We have a map pack also. Map pack here, listing. And guess what? YouTube is also listed. That's what I mean. YouTube is important. And of the videos that Google feature, these two belong to my client, right? In the YouTube. And guess what? I also started a Pinterest for them. So in that 10 results, you can count, I I basically dominate about 5 results. Out of 15 million, I got 5 results on Google page one. So that is the power of of basically SEO. Let me just change my screen. Do you see the?
Eugene?
Yes, yes. Do you see
Yeah,
the?
I think we have to start
Yeah.
speeding up a bit because people might be going for lunch.
Okay, okay. Sorry.
So
Yeah.
yeah, let's try to, try to make it a bit more compact. So
Okay.
I
Yeah.
know I know the reason behind you want to be as detailed as possible.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
cool. It's
So
cool.
so now we come to how can social media basically help you. It can help you strengthen your brand presence and help you get leads because people are aware. But if you're new to social media marketing, you have to plan your content strategy. Start with a few platforms first. Get familiarized. Be consistent. It's very important that you respond to feedback and you study your analytics and you adjust your social media strategy. Okay, so now we come to the last part.
Yep.
COVID-19. So who was impacted when COVID-19 hit? Food outlets, neighboring hardware shop, furniture shop. Why were they impacted? Because they were firstly they were too reliant on footfall traffic when people visit their store, and when they are forced to close, they have no option for people to order online and also deliver. Right? There are no online ordering, no e-commerce. F&B rely too much on Grab and Deliveroo and Food Panda, but don't have their own capability. And as such, they end up paying a lot of commissions to them, and they might not be so-called benefiting a lot on their business. Video conferencing and meetings have increased. But these people, their main mindset is there is no need for a website, right? And new normal basically look at when will it return? We don't know, right? Social distancing will continue, which means there is 50% capacity for restaurants. And restaurants, travel, events companies are all affected. And because of this, especially events, right? Your architects and IDs are also affected because of all this, right? And how will this impact our life? It will impact our life in business, socially, and employment, and more as well. I will share this new normal video. I will share this new normal video in the chat. I will not go through because this is about a 2 minutes video, but you understand.
Oh, you can run it.
So
It's okay. It's
yeah,
okay. You can run it and then just explain it later on so people can see how what is your point. Yeah, it's okay. You can run it.
okay. Do you see the Facebook content?
No,
Okay, hang on.
you might want to switch the share screen.
Okay, this is the new normal. You have to wear a mask. You have to take your temperature, right? It's very normal, right?
Your
So you
your
have to
s-
be ready. You have
your
to
screen
sanitize your
is
hands.
WhatsApp. Is it okay? WhatsApp
Sorry?
screen. Your screen is a WhatsApp
Oh, sorry.
screen.
Sorry.
Yes, good, good.
So you have to wear a mask, and you step in every building. You have to take temperature, right? Uh, Sanitize your hands. Check in. Queuing system. You get sanitized. Uh, Face shield. Online shopping. This is a good video, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good video, but I think it's overkill. You know,
Yeah.
to maintain an operation like this with 7 billion people in the world, I don't think this one will happen.
Precisely. And then
Yeah,
social physical distancing.
it's good for a video. It's good for people to think about it. But the way I see it, sooner or later, once we are open, we are back to normal. Because people, we are all short-minded. You see,
Yes.
now there's a pandemic. We are bombarded with the news and stuff like that, so we get scared.
Yes.
But I think sooner or later, all of this will go back. It's like the Americans, right?
That's
You know,
right.
once they start opening up the states, you can see that they are partying again, that they're going to the beaches again, that they are going shopping again, because this is who we are. This is our human nature,
That's
you
right.
know. So I mean, you know, fuck. I mean, you know, pardon the language, but I think you see the virus is there. Yeah, we have to live with it. This is what
Yes.
how I can see it. It's like a flu. You know, we just have to live with the virus. This is, I mean, the new normal thing. I think the way I see it, it's a bit overblown. You
Yes.
know, it's something like a lot of people are really thinking too much about it. But the way I see it, our economy will suffer a great deal. You know, imagine our restaurants will be half capacity, our planes, our airlines will be half capacity. So imagine the impact of that in terms of airline tickets. If the airlines will only take in half capacity, so all
That's
of
right.
these things might be just there. People are saying, but eventually, once we're open up, maybe come October or November or December, things will start to shape up again. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
So you have any? Yeah.
Let me just share the last parts. Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. Sorry. Yeah. So this is what we see. Business starting to close because
Mm-hmm.
they could not innovate, or they could not react. COVID-19 is unexpected for them, right? You know, restaurants start to have this kind of thing. You know, it looks cute, having little greenhouses, Amsterdam restaurant, right? Um, Outdoor cinema, right? Outdoor cinema, drive-in theater, right? Um, and today the news is that the airlines are bleeding, right? So what will be impacted in the new norm? We must have new workflows, new customer service journey follow-ups, integrated social media with customer service functions. We probably have a system where people can pre-book to enter showrooms. You know, queue systems. You're talking about temperature taking, attendance taking. We need more so the importance of online to offline. That means driving people. We run the ads and drive people to book the appointments, and then we serve them offline. And also remarketing of walk-ins. That means walk-in, would you like to be on our mailing list? And then we drip feed them after that, right? So I think this is very important to have a more integrated approach. So as what we said, how to make Google love you more. Your websites must be in order. Your structure, you must talk about topical. You must all be related together. You must have a Google sitemap. You must have Google Photos. You must Google My Business, YouTube, prominent links, and social media as well, right? So today's social media uh, concept allows you for the concept of follow me marketing. Follow me marketing allows you to offer a more targeted and better customer service. And you can say, no, hey, thank you for showing interest in the Wonder Face cream. to make sure that you get a Wonder Face, you can offer you a code with Wonder Face me for 20%. But if you overdo it, you become irritant to the people that your target market is, right? 4 predictions of SEO. Okay, this is my second, third last slide, right? Uh, voice search. Voice search has been always rumored in the last few years. Google is certainly uh, doing more in terms of voice search, as in you can search through voice. Today, applications is very simple. If you are busy, always driving around, and your car is your phone is mounted, you can do a voice search to certain location or whatever, and you can really get the information on the go. That is what I see in the next 5 to 8 years is there, but it's not fully adopted yet. Relevancy and contextual search plays a very important part. Today, websites cannot be just thin and cannot just be keyword centric. No more. Google has been a shift of focus in SEO to be a more keyword centric, from a more keyword centric approach to a more wholesome search that involves contextual search. That means there must be richness of content in your website in order to be discovered in Google. Google concept is very important. You must know and be in the upfront of technology. What are the technology that Google bought? And be there, be there, right? Basically, we talk about having the image search, image branded search. We're talking about being present in a Mac, which is Google My Business, being present in video search, which is YouTube, organic search, which is your website SEO. Are you utilizing news? Google News is where you sometimes you engage a PR agency, and PR agency gets certain news across, and you will be picked up by Google News search feed, right? And the last thing, of course, is better detection of fake news. I think this is very important. I think Google will have the technology in the next 1-2 years to know. Since Google is putting more emphasis on relevant content and contextual, Google will look at reviews of your business, your reputation of your business, your locality of the business through Google My Business listing, and the media exposure that your business gets to determine whether whatever you say, and to determine whether you are an opinion leader of your industry, right? Next, we look at emerging trends, which is already here. Apart from social media marketing, SEO, instant messaging, communication. Facebook ads today can be blocked, right? Emails can go to spam, but today you can run a Facebook ad to Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp, and you can carry on the conversation. Especially WhatsApp, people feel more personalized because a person is behind it, right? That's the key, right? Chatbots today can be programmed to have a customer service menu and where do you want to go. Go live technology, what we have today, we reach the audience right here, right now. That is very important. LinkedIn also has go live technology now in Singapore already. I just applied. I hope I can get it, right? And today we are talking about big data. Big data is very important to analyze your visitor analytics and behavior, competitor spying, loyalty program. These are all important in terms of big data. And my last free gift
Wow.
to you. Yeah.
Free gift. Perfect. Go. Free gift. Yeah.
My last free gift to all of you is join my social media community, imsecrets.imseoking.com. Basically, this is my internet marketing secrets Facebook group with 1,000 over members. And if you want to join my YouTube, it's just imseoking.com. Thank you very much for really this wonderful session. I hope that really it has been beneficial. And sorry, I think we
Yeah,
made
it's
it
okay. It's
a 2 hour
okay.
session.
Yeah. Thank you very
Yep.
much, Eugene. Yeah, we appreciate you being our guest here in the Office Designer TODtalk Online Live. Your insights, your expertise is really evident. When you speak, we are appalled by the detail where I mean, on how you share. I wish we have longer time. I think for me, the next time we need to make a show, we need 2 hours for you because of the amount of detail you try to put it to put into the show. But now it's almost lunchtime. So just now I was trying to remind you that people might be
Yes, I
hungry.
saw. I saw.
Yeah.
But can I do? I saw there's a couple of questions. Do you think that I should address the questions here,
I think we don't have
or
too
just
much time
reply?
already.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can reply to them. You
Okay.
can
I'll
reply
just
to
reply to
them.
them.
Yeah, you can reply to them on their
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
questions
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yep.
And then some of our viewers, Eugene, are also asking for the slides. You
Oh
know,
yes. Yes.
yeah. So I
I
think
will make that available.
we just have to give that we just have to find a way on how we can share the slides over. You can put a link to the
Yep.
office designer. You can pass it over to me, so
Yes.
our architects and viewers, because our viewers are not only in Singapore. Based on my views in theofficedesigner.com and into my other web pages, there's quite a number of Filipino architects and
Amazing.
interior designers into watching in and tuning in into
Thank
our
you.
show.
Thank you, guys. Thank you
So
really for all
so
the support.
that is very good, because we the office designer and some of my other platforms like Avid Builders also have quite a number of following from the Filipino community, from even also from the Singapore Society of Interior Designers Singapore. Some are from the United Architects of the Philippines Singapore chapter. So they are all tuning in. So I hope you guys learn a lot from what Eugene and myself shared. Okay, so next week, okay, we will be our episode 5 will be with attorney Kelvin Shi. Okay,
Nice.
he's a lawyer from Raja and Tan. Okay, so what we will do is we will talk about how to obtain relief from contracts you cannot perform because of COVID-19. This one is a very, very relevant topic, especially once the circuit breaker is up, because this one is now a really very major headache for architects or even interior designers, even contractors, because a lot of interior design and build companies go bust. Imagine they have no revenues for the past 2 to 3 months. It's very difficult, and then your money will be sleeping, and then you've been paying salaries, you've been paying rentals, you've still been paying everything, you see, and then eventually you don't let me remove your screen, because yep,
Oops. Yep.
yeah. And then all of these people are starting to go bust. The business is slowing down. So I think the next topic, episode 5, will be very, very relevant to people, especially those who are doing construction, contractors, design and build and stuff. I hope you will tune in on
That
our
is very good. It's very
yeah.
relevant. Yes.
And Kelvin is very, very knowledgeable in construction related what do you call this, laws. He did one vlog for me, for us previously. Okay, that's the one that is trending previously, about almost 6,000 overviews. Now we will be having him live next Friday. At
Amazing.
that will be back to our same time slot at about 7:30 p.m. So
Amazing.
yeah, watch out for it. And again, we wanted to thank our sponsors. We also have sponsors in the Office Designer. Okay, our affiliate members, our sponsors: Foyer, Digify, Exto Asia, Office and Others, ISP Acoustics, IA Racking Solution, Arid Builders, Luminaire, and we have a new addition to our affiliate members, which is Ergotron. Ergotron is a very big US brand. Okay,
Amazing.
so they are one of our new members. So we will have a talk probably sometime end of May with them, so they can talk about ergonomics. They are very much into ergonomics.
Amazing.
Okay,
It's very
so
important.
I won't hold up you guys for lunch already. I mean, it's already about 12:10.
Okay, one last thing.
So yeah,
I will actually make the links available to join my group, to subscribe my YouTube channel, and I
yes,
have also a 2 hours SEO talk that I
yeah,
did in Vietnam virtually. I
Yes.
will also make that available because that's more in depth into SEO
Yeah, yeah. I
for your
mean,
view.
this one is very good. I mean, thank you very much, Eugene.
And the slides.
It was a very informative conversation. Yeah, conversation and sharing session. It's a high value. It's a very rare opportunity to have, an expert like you into the show. So thank you very much, viewers.
I think
Have a good lunch.
the value
Yeah.
has increased to 997.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you've been talking. I mean, that's why you can see. I mean, just an epilogue. That's why you notice that these are what do you call this? Are mostly Google driven talk is because Eugene is always invited on the Eugene Google sponsored talks and seminars. So he knows very well. I mean, he's very well equipped with all of this Google stuff. And it's very very interesting for us to know about it. Okay, so let's wrap it up, guys.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
brother.
lunch. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Eugene. Till our next talk. Bye.
Cheers.